Hello, everyone. Welcome to Off the Charts, episode 421. My name is Dan, and I shall be your host today. But today, I've got a co-host, Darren. How's it going?
Hey, it's been a hell of a week here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Tell me about it. So, cheers to you. So, before we start off, if you do like this type of content, please like and subscribe. Tell your friends. Hit the little thumbs up and the little bell to be notified when I publish new content like this. So, as you can see, we've been doing here on the channel a series which is called Dark Horse Duos. So how this works is, let's say band A. So we're talking about Alice Cooper. Well, not really a good example there, but because he changes styles very often. But say band A is known for a specific style of music. And for some reason, for 2 straight albums, this band A decided to go take a left turn and change their sound musically, maybe even lyrically or whatever. But it has to be 2 albums. So right now, you guys have seen Warrant, Ultraphobic, and Belly to Belly. You've seen Dio, Strange Highways, Angry Machines. So today we will be talking about Alice Cooper, Brutal Planet, and DRAGONTOWN from 2000 and 2002. Are you good with that?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So the game now makes sense now? So my friend Darren here is a big Alice Cooper fan. I said, who better to ask than my good friend Darren to help me out with this one here?
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask him. No, go ahead.
I'm a super fan, but I'm not going to be especially nice to anything just because of that. Just like you, I'll be completely honest.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Everything and
for sure.
Yeah.
All right. So first question, like I said, I asked this to everybody here. Are you a fan of Alice Cooper, or are you, regarding these albums, or you just buy albums here and there from him?
No, I've been a fan since like I was 7 years old. So yeah, Alice and the music and the band and everything, and the original band, but throughout the history has changed my life. So yeah, definitely I'm a fan. I'm familiar with Mr. Cooper's work.
All right, same here. I am a fan. I was aware of him in the 80s. My first purchase was Raise Your Fist and Yell, but it wasn't until I bought Trash that I went and bought all the discography backwards. That was my first concert ever. So yes, I am a huge fan of Alice Cooper, and probably I've seen him now 12, 14 times now since now.
Yeah.
He's due back in Ottawa. Come on, Alice.
I know what's going on.
He hasn't been here in a while here.
Yeah.
So today we'll be talking about Brutal Planet and DRAGONTOWN. Okay, so when this came out, did you get or know about these? Was it through? Did you go live through this live, or was it a few years later you bought them? Or
No, I think it was pretty close to when they came out.
okay.
I wasn't. I kind of knew what, or at least I thought I knew what I was getting in terms of them being kind of new metal for Alice, that direction. What was the one? Sorry, I'm looking at a note here. Yeah, because Gimme, the track had a video. That one had a music video. And it wasn't, it was heavy, but it didn't sound as new metal as I thought. So
Exactly.
yeah. Yeah, and it was a fun video too.
Was it the one with the kind of like a Backstreet Boys ish?
Yeah.
Band? Yeah. I remember that.
Right.
That was on. I have the concert DVD of Brutally Live.
Yeah.
Or that tour, and I think that's on that.
Yeah, I think so too. I had it. I might still have it. I don't know where it is. And the same thing. I'm starting to wonder if somebody didn't wander off of them, because this week I was looking to listen to both of them on CD, and my Brutal Planet like missing. So yeah. So anyway, I had to use the streaming service, which will remain unnamed, but yeah. Like nobody knows what I'm talking about. they get enough promotion from me.
So basically, you lived through this live.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Same here. I remember. Oh my God, I must have downloaded the song via dial-up. I think when that came out.
Wow. Yeah, I probably had done that too.
Or yeah, I still probably had dial-up here when I know I was still living with my parents when anyway, and I was like, because when Last Temptation came out, it was I loved it, but it was I guess the world was or musical world was changing, and that
Mm.
album wasn't really well received.
Mm.
So when I first heard the song "Brutal Planet," I was like, "Whoa, what is this?"
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah,
There's
I
some
remember.
high points for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So I bought this live. Also, again, I was sold on Alice Cooper. I was a big fan
Mm.
of his at the time. So, okay, both of us lived through it live. So we'll go now. First, we'll talk about Brutal Planet first. So when you got this, or when you first heard it, the album, what were your first impressions of the album?
I'm trying to think I made notes because I can't remember anything ever.
Hmm.
Yeah, there was two things that I noticed that I can think about. One was obviously that it was the sonically so different than anything he'd done before.
Yeah.
Um, the second thing is both albums, but we'll stick with Brutal Planet for now, is that I knew that album was connected to The Last Temptation. Like there are lyrical
Yes.
things, hints, and there's a lot of stuff. It even says in Gimme, it says some. What's the line? Nothing's free,
Yes. Yeah.
which is like the song title. Like you
Yeah.
said, I
Yeah.
hate to
Yeah.
repeat myself, but so which didn't bother me because I thought that album didn't get enough love as it is. So maybe he just thought, that was still worth something and could do another concept and,
Hmm.
borrowed some ideas from it. Yeah. And there was some derivative stuff, like most of it started off really strong, the album, and then near the end, it almost seemed like a bit of filler. Um, like the last one, Cold Machines, is like, it's beautiful people. I mean, and the producer even worked with Manson. The guitar tone,
Thanks for ruining it for me.
it's beautiful people, and not and that's why I said I'm not going to be especially nice because it bothers me. Like I'm going, it's too obvious. Like I kind of went, oh come on, Alice, you're better than this. You don't have to, you know.
Yeah.
It's just yeah.
I see when I first heard it, I was like, whoa, what is that? Like a little bit of a whoa, what is that? And I just did an episode with Dio. Would you have listened to this had it not had Alice's name stamped over it?
Yeah, good question. I mean, I don't know if I heard the song, like the
Yeah.
some of the singles, I probably would have. Um,
But
I liked some of the new metal slash grunge stuff
Mhm.
at the time. I didn't love it, but I mean, I respected some of it. I
Yeah.
just didn't really connect or relate to some of it. But like Alice in Chains were probably more metal than they were grunge, and so there was still melody going on there. It's just, yeah.
No, for myself, like I said, when I downloaded that song, I was like, wow. Then I got the album and I thought it was good. I
Mm,
wouldn't say great.
mm.
I loved, like I said, Brutal Planet. I loved that one. Um, Gimme was great, like we were talking about and the Little Things is great.
Yeah, yes,
That was probably the more upbeat song from the
yeah,
album.
yeah.
And Cold Machines, I did like it until you made me. I actually, it was one of my
Oh,
4 or 5 songs that I loved from that one. Now I'll have to listen to them. Like,
yeah.
yeah, it is Marilyn Manson, "The Beautiful People."
That's really weird. Yeah, yeah. I know it's so, yeah, blatant, but oh, that's what it was.
What?
I was looking at my notes and I realized that something didn't print off, so that's all right. I'm going by my old memory.
Okay. And for Dragontown,
Mm.
What were your when this came out? What were your first impressions of this one?
Well, it's funny because I don't know that I got it right away, and some of my friends that are also Alice Cooper fans who got it in advance, kind of the word on the street was that it was similar, like
Yeah.
it, but they were a lot of people were kind of going, oh, it was like leftover tracks from Brutal Planet. It wasn't as good, and so that was already in my head. Now I don't quite agree with that anymore. I don't think that's really the case. Um, they're like Trigger Man's killer opener, and yeah, there's a lot of good stuff on it.
I I'll probably be on the side of your friends for
Yeah,
this
yeah.
one. My first impression was it wasn't as good as Brutal Planet was. Trigger Man, yes, it is a great song. Um, which one was it? I believe it or not, one of my favorite tracks is actually the bonus track, the "Can't Sleep, the Clowns Will Eat Me,"
Oh yeah, and
which
I
doesn't
didn't
really
revisit
fit.
that. Yeah, that's
But for me to like the bonus track even more,
yeah.
it's like my impression was it was good. It was very listenable.
Mm.
And actually, I saw this tour live in Hamilton,
Oh no way.
and I'll say that was probably my least favorite Alice Cooper show.
Actually, I think I saw. I'm pretty sure I saw that one, but I don't remember. Yeah, it might have been Brutal Planet. Might have been that one. I don't
Yeah,
know. I
because I don't
saw.
remember. I don't know if it came here,
No,
brutal.
it wasn't here that I saw it. I don't remember.
And we had to go to Hamilton for Dragontown.
Okay. Maybe it was Brutal Planet and it wasn't in Ottawa. I think it was Toronto, but
Okay.
yeah.
And now let's say you listen to these two albums today. What are your impressions of these two albums today?
Uh, I think, and it's a weird thing to say so far after the fact because at the time, they probably were still, it was still physical media, right? They were still like we got to get these out at a certain deadline and stuff.
Hmm.
But had they taken these two albums and they could have made one great album. They could have made one
Good
really,
point. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, of course. Alice, since the 80s, he's been putting out like sister albums almost like, Raise Your Fist and Yell and
Con-
well, Constrictor was first, but
yeah,
they were
Constrictor. Yeah.
they were kind of like this is the 80s metal, and then there's this, and then there's like what was it? Dirty
Trash and Hate
Diamonds.
Stupid.
Yeah, Dirty Diamonds and the Eyes of Alice Cooper are
Yes. Yeah.
very similar. So he's it's not the only time he's done this. Um, I don't know why necessarily, or if it's, but the change, it's kind of refreshing, do something
Hmm.
different. And do you know? Oh, yeah. And what's one of my favorites there? I wanted to mention Disgraceland. I love that one.
The Elvis one there. Yeah.
Yeah, that is one of my favorites. It's just so clever and funny, and
I love the. Yeah.
playing is good. It's just
I love the titles more than the
well, I think one of the things that about this whenever somebody who isn't in the new metal genre, one of the, I don't know, an 80s or 70s band, and they kind of
Mhm.
jump into that bandwagon, the mistake they seem to make, and I think that's the case on these two albums, is that there's not a lot of dynamics. And what I mean by that is there's not a lot of songs like if you put on, I don't know, Welcome to My Nightmare, you're going to get a roller coaster of different
Yeah.
stuff. And this is kind of like you could, flip the record over and it's like, which song is this? Like, well, where am I? Because it's sort of monotone. And Alice started with these albums singing verses that were like, in terms of rhythmically, very they were
Yeah. Yeah.
very similar, and it was kind of like, where's the? I don't know why that happened because anything before that is far more creative. I found. Um, I don't know.
Wouldn't you say though the same thing about Trash being like all the same type of hair metal almost, or no? Not
Yeah,
that
I
I'm.
mean, Trash is one of my least favorite Alice Cooper records. So I know we had that conversation before because I think it's like that was your first one that
It
got.
was my intro. It was a
Incorrect.
great way to get into a band.
Which is cool
Yeah.
because that, that did that for a lot of
Yeah.
people. But I know what you're saying. But if you listen to, I don't know, Raise Your Fist and Yell, there's still a lot of peaks and valleys,
Yeah.
and his voice is being used differently. And I don't know, maybe that's just the music that is setting that sort of
Hmm.
like canvas to paint over, and it doesn't give you that ability to do anything but one thing. I don't know. I'm not the one who wrote it or sang it, so I'm not sure. But I will. Do you know much about the personnel of these albums?
A lot of it, I remember. Well, it was Eric Singer, no, on
on
drum.
the on the first one, but it was Kenny Aronoff on Dragontown, apparently.
Is it?
Well, that's what I read. I don't know. I wasn't there, but
Ryan Roxy.
yeah.
Oh my God, this is so written small here. I
Oh man,
apologize.
you need magnifying glass to see that.
Wayne Bob Marlette.
Yeah, he produced, I think,
Oh yeah, Kenny
or
Aronoff. That about with, yeah.
yeah. And on what was the one I wanted to mention on the first one on Brutal Planet? Phil X is actually responsible for a lot of the sound of that.
I think I remember seeing his name there. Oh, this one doesn't really.
And Tim Pierce plays on Dragontown, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah, these are not very easy to read, my friend.
Mm,
I do remember hearing about Phil X. Yes.
yeah, yeah. And here's the other cool thing is I happen to know it's another one of those, what is it, 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon shit or something.
Six
So
degrees of separation.
yeah, so I because every time Dan's always laughing at me because there's always some like, yeah, I'm like Facebook friends with this person. He's like, who the hell is anyway?
Yeah.
But there was a band in the, I guess would be late 80s that came from a similar area that my band did, and we toured all the Canadian tours that we did where
Mhm.
we were doing the same tours. They were just a little bit ahead. We had the same management. They're called Anna Black. They
Okay.
moved down to the Sunset Strip, and they did pretty well actually. But a lot of the guys I know now are back in the area. The one guy, the only person in the band I think I haven't met, is a guy who at that time went by China, and he was a guitar player in Sinistar, which was that was getting big, very industrial
Okay.
Marilyn Manson kind of thing. So perfect for this. And he was hired to do some stuff on this album.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's where I was going with that story. Is that yeah? So yeah, that's two Canadian guitar players on that
Oh, there
album.
you go.
There you go.
All right. Next one then. Uh, according to you, was this a good move, or was this a bandwagon move for
Hmm.
these two albums?
Well, Alice is one of the few artists that does the bandwagon thing and tends to not really bother me because it's just he's being a solo artist and he kind of floats
Hmm.
with band members and producers and stuff. And so it almost makes sense that he can go, yeah, I'm going to go in this direction for a while. Like it doesn't, even though it's because it's what's trending, it
Yeah.
doesn't seem to bother me. I don't know why. Um, Whether it's a good move or not, I don't know. I mean, still playing a couple of the songs from each album live,
I
I
think he
think.
still plays Brutal Planet.
Sometimes, yeah. What was the one on? I thought there was something on. Well, maybe there's nothing on that one, but he's got a lot of albums. But yeah,
I don't remember like anything from like right now anyway there from this the Dragontown. I can tell you that.
no. I feel like at one point I remember him playing either Dragontown or Triggerman live. I don't. And I
Yeah.
could be just one of those memories that didn't actually exist too. I don't know.
Hmm. I see. Sorry. I found this like at the time it didn't dawn on me that this was whether it was a good move or a bandwagon.
Mm.
Now I totally find it very bandwagon, but and you're right, he does, but for some reason these two albums stand out and bug me more than
Yeah. Well, it can depend on if you like the genre in the first place,
I
right?
don't.
Yeah,
Not
there
even
you go.
like the new metal or whatever you want to, or
Yeah.
industrial new metal, would you call this? Or
Well, I don't know about industrial. I mean, it's still pretty organic. I would just say new metal direction,
your
because even then, it's not quite corn or something, but it's going that way.
yeah.
It's my opinion anyway. It's
But yeah, it's like I remember when I'm hoping I hid my reaction, but when me and my friend concert Steph, when we went and met Alice Cooper, you know, the when he came to Ottawa with Motley Crue's final tour. Well,
oh, okay. Yeah,
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 the fake final tour there,
yeah.
and
And Alice blew them completely
oh
off.
yeah,
You
and
just don't go on after Alice. I don't
yeah,
know.
but we went to meet him in between Alice and Motley Crue. And of course, I was the first one to like, which I hated because we were all backstage, like waiting. I was like, "Oh my god, finally I'm going to meet Alice Cooper." And I go. Of course, I was the first one to go. Like we were all, like he had his desk in the front there, and behind drapes and all that, and everybody was sitting or standing. I forget if we were sitting or standing behind. And he goes, "All right, first person, you." And I was like, of course, I was the first. So I had
Yeah,
no idea how this works.
yeah, yeah,
So I sit down and I'm like just sitting beside him, like um, giving him stuff to sign. And I'm not saying anything because I'm friggin' nervous and I don't know what to say. And my friend Steph goes, ask him something. I'm like, shut up. So anyway, so I ended up telling him, I'm like, well, first of all, I'd like to thank you for, and he's the only artist that does this, and he does this still constantly. He plays a lot of deep cuts
yeah,
at his show. Every show, you always have a deep cut.
yeah, yeah,
And I said, thank you for playing Clones or
yeah, yeah,
Who Do You Think We Are, like something like that. Then he
yeah,
turns to me and he goes, oh yeah, and Wicked Young Man, and I'm go, yeah, that one too.
yeah,
I'm not crazy about that song,
yeah,
but like I guess maybe that's the song that he keeps playing too was Wicked Young Man
yeah,
because he
yeah,
mentioned it that day,
yeah.
and I was like, yeah, that one too, and
Yeah.
but
Well,
anyway,
they started doing stuff from Razor Fist and Yell too,
yes,
and he's back too. They did that,
yeah, yeah,
which I always said like when that album came out, uh, that I wish it was that song had a heavier version. And then when they played it live, they actually played it like I envisioned it in my head, you know.
yeah,
Um,
they're playing it now.
yeah.
Um, Now next question: did Alice after these two albums did he come back to their style, which is a very loose way to
Yeah, yeah.
he
In
changed his
this case,
style like he
what the
changed his
hell did?
underwear, right?
Yeah, what the hell came? What was it?
It was the eyes of Alice Cooper
Guys,
after
yeah.
Dragontown.
And that's actually funny because that's the first time I met Alice
Oh,
backstage, um and I didn't know any of the band at that time or anything. I was just, a friend of mine had backstage passes for, I think it was he was affiliated with the radio station.
okay.
So went back and we talked about Snakes and various things. And I had the Eyes album, and I had the one with the purple eyes. And he was going, that's like a pretty rare one because they had different colored eyes. Some of them, the covers.
Mine are red, I think.
Yeah, apparently they're
I'll
according
have
to
to go
Alice.
check. Yeah.
That's what Alice himself said. I don't know. He's the
Okay.
man. But yeah, the first thing I said to him was like, "Thanks for corrupting my life." And he's like, "It wasn't me. It wasn't me." So like, I'll get my mom on the phone. She'll tell you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But he was like, I don't know about you because you said you were kind of nervous and not saying anything going up first. But Alice was really quite. He had a calming effect in a way. Like he
Yes.
talked to you like he knew you, and
Once I started talking, yes, it was
yeah,
like I'm like, okay, now I'm
yeah. He's that guy. He's like,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. He seemed genuinely happy to just chat with people. So yeah.
Yes, you're right. You're right there. Um, yeah, for myself, after when these two albums came out, after that, when he did, I think was it the first single was Novocaine off of The Eyes. I was like, okay, he's back to
Yeah.
I mean, it's not, it's more Alice than these two albums were, I guess.
Yeah, those two, The Eyes and Dirty Diamonds, were like the return to garage rock.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
sort of,
especially Dirty Diamonds.
yeah, yeah. And there's some good songs that they don't play or haven't played, and I wish they would, but that's always the case, right?
Yeah. Well, um, now let's say I ask you how to rate these two albums out of 10. What would your final rating be?
Oh man. Yeah, that's a tough one because it's like, am I rating them based on Alice Cooper albums or just albums? It's
Yeah.
really hard. Um, but I think both of them are pretty solid seven. Like I think both of them to me are pretty equal in their in everything, and I don't think they're bad in any way. There's a couple of songs I could do without, but you know,
Yes, that's the.
I still don't mind putting them on and listening to them. Sometimes I get annoyed by like what I was saying, the droning vocals, but upon re-listening this week, it seemed like there were only a couple of songs that were really like that. There is more good stuff than I remembered.
Mhm.
So yeah.
For myself, I probably give Brutal Planet a 7, Dragontown a 6. Like, again, when I was listening to these songs for this assignment, I was like, Brutal Planet has more of a fun, like, to me, Alice Cooper is fun. It's like,
Yeah.
what do you call his, he's got a word for the way his show is on stage. I forget what
Like a vaudeville
that's
type
it,
of thing.
vaudeville.
Yeah.
And it's a fun thing. And these two albums, I don't find them fun.
Yeah. Well, they seemed a little serious. It's almost like when Kiss did their
Carnival of Souls, yeah.
yeah, it's like, oh, now we're all serious, and it's like, we're, you guys are billionaires. What are you sad about? What are you,
Exactly.
and Paul Stanley even said that. It's like, people aren't buying. He goes, I'm not buying it. Whatever.
But
Um,
but
but
getting
I found the opposite. I found that Dragontown seemed to be a little more fun and take itself less seriously than
oh, okay.
Rogue Planet. But either way, I don't know. They both seem like together, like a
Oh,
almost
they're
one.
definitely together. But like Gimme, to me, I mean, maybe the video helped too.
Yeah,
That was fun. And the little things when he plays it live,
yeah, that's a good
little
one.
things.
Yeah,
And then I don't know if you've seen the Brutally Live concert where he
yeah,
goes to his bass player and he's pointing towards his crotch. He goes, "It's just the little things, that drives me wild." So it's like maybe
yeah,
I'm influenced by that
yeah,
being fun. I just like
yeah.
okay, like Disgrace Land is the funnest song on the album. Well,
Yeah, I mean, it's
you
Fantasy Man is pretty. We got some funny lyrics
yeah,
too.
that's a
Very Alice type classic.
but yeah, you got like this
Yeah.
one here has Take It Like a Woman, which is on Brutal Planet, and
Yeah.
then this one here, Dragontown has Every Woman Has a Name. I'm like, okay, you know what? Like,
Well, they're Only Women Bleed revisited,
yeah,
but
big time.
only I would say the one on Dragontown I like better than the one on
See, me, it's the opposite.
yeah. Those last few songs, it seemed this well, Little Things I really liked. What's the one? Yeah. Oh, it's much too late. I forgot about that. It is kind of neat. There's a little Beatle-ish,
Yeah,
Beatles, and I don't know who played the guitar solo. Might have been Tim Pierce, but it was kick-ass guitar solo on that song.
yeah, and Dragontown has 13 songs, while
Hmm.
Brutal Planet has
11.
11.
Yeah.
Dragontown, maybe it's the length that bugs me more about Dragontown because
Well, yeah, and if you have one like kind of clunker in there or two, it throws off
yeah,
your momentum or your
Like I remember like the song "The Sentinel" on.
mhm.
Uh, I like it. It's a good, but it doesn't really. I like it. I don't love it.
I
I,
didn't think it was a good ending.
it doesn't really go anywhere, but it's
Sure.
somewhat charmingly cool.
Yeah,
You know?
I know. I have it. What I wrote was that in my notes was that it was mid, as the kids say.
Yeah,
That it was okay, but it didn't make me like, man, this is great. And
exactly. It's nothing is bad,
no,
but
but
nothing is wow either.
no, and it's a shitty way to end it. It's like you don't want to start. Also, what was the one? There's I think the on Deeper, that song.
I
It
do not
was
like that one.
no, I was like, why was Dragontown should have been the second song? Why did they make that the second song?
Yeah.
Um, but again, that's not my decision, but I just feel like as a listener, I'm like, I could have done without that, and the Sentinel could have been in another place. Um, it throws if the second song in the album is not hooking you, like
It's like a big. I'm
yeah,
not a usually. It's kind of doomy there. It's like slow, like
sludge, yeah,
drony. Like
yeah,
again, to me, it doesn't really go anywhere.
yeah.
Um, okay, I think we're kind of the same. Now, last question: did these two albums stand the test of time? Like, would you go out and tell someone you need to go check these two albums out by Alice Cooper or?
Well, that's a good question, because they're so uh, obviously meant for that time period.
Yes.
Um, but at the same time, there's 70s stuff that just it wasn't meant for the 70s. It was the 70s. You know what I mean? They were just a band writing, making music. Whereas these ones were like a reaction to the time. Does that make sense? Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so I don't know if that gives me a definitive answer as to whether or not they stand the test of time. I'm not sure. They wouldn't be the first records that I tell somebody to listen to of Alice Cooper unless I knew that they were into, this kind of, you know,
Type of music, yeah.
yeah, like I don't think I would,
Like
yeah.
my nephew might like this because he likes the Slipknot and the Gojira. Not that I'm
Right.
saying that's what this sounds like, but it's closest.
No, but yeah, if he likes if he's used to listening to that and then you gave him like Love It to Death, they'd be like, what the hell is this,
Yeah.
right? It would sound so weak by comparison. This is sonically more in that ballpark.
So let me ask this question a different way. So you and I lived through these two albums.
Mm,
I, you said you were a fan since you were 7. Now let's say when I got my trash album, I went and got everything.
mm,
And when you got everything was all in a bunch. So to me, Data was as good as From the Inside, which was as good as Killer. Like it was all. But
mm,
did you live through like Data? Like I'm told, people are like, I effing hate that album. That was
mm.
such a period that I went off the band the
Yeah,
Alice Cooper bandwagon. You know
yeah,
what
I
I
know.
mean by
I don't. Yeah, there are some of those albums at that time too where they're challenging to get into. Um, so I give them a chance and I'll listen to them once in a while. But there are a couple of good songs here and there. But the overall, like that album, Data is like it's weird for the sake of being weird.
see we and we
It's
love
okay.
it. We like I said, we had when I said when we went backwards, we were like it was a fun time to search for these albums because it was difficult to find at the time too. They
Yeah,
weren't as ready available. Oh my God, I got Data. Let's go listen to it. And you listen
yeah,
to it and go, okay, it's different, but to me, Alice Cooper was always different from album to album almost.
yeah, yeah.
But when this came
Yeah.
out, I was like, whoa, but I went through it live as opposed to I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to
Yeah,
say.
yeah. Like so you felt went sort of revisiting or
how like real fans may have felt back in 1980.
right.
You know,
Yeah.
they were Alice Cooper band fans, and
Yeah.
when Welcome to My Nightmare, they're like, okay, that one was passable. Then
Yeah.
it kind of got worse and worse to a point,
Yeah. He
and
was
a
out
lot
of
of people
control.
said those Blackout albums, they don't even know what those are.
Yeah. That's true. And I think there was one or two of them because there's like three albums, Special Forces, Data. What's the other? There's another one in
Zipper
there.
Catches Skin and Flush to
Yeah,
Fashion.
that's right. Yeah, okay, there are four. Jeez.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Blackout albums there.
And I have them and I find I mix them up in my head. Like I go, which album is that off of? You know, I don't know them well enough because they don't get a lot of spin time because they're not my go-to Alice Cooper records, you know.
And see, I find them as good as the early stuff.
Yeah.
Back then, I didn't know the difference between Alice Cooper Band, the band, and the solo also.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Well, like Data is not like it's just a lot of weird stuff
Yeah,
for
for sure.
just doesn't offend me because again, yeah, your Alice has always done weird.
Yeah, exactly. Something different.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
to me, like these are, see, it's tough for me because I lived through this. Like, did it
Mhm.
stand the test of time? Like these two albums. I know we're just talking about these two albums.
Mm.
They are definitely a time stamp.
Yeah, it's
And
a
they're,
piece of history from that period,
yeah,
and
you hear those albums, you're like, oh, that definitely comes from there. But you can probably say that from all his albums.
yeah,
Like Constrictor is definitely
true. Yeah,
timestamp
yeah.
of what people wanted at that time.
Well, yeah, you wouldn't have something like Special Forces now,
No.
probably, you know, and also like that's one of the magical things to me about an album. Like people kind of some people get away from that. You know, they obviously people who are watching your your channel know they're into that, right? And
Yeah.
same with us. But I love the art of the whole thing, the
Yeah.
art of the album, create the track listing order, the everything. Um, Especially concept albums, which these ones seem to be.
hmm
And Alice is, you know, he's done a lot of concept records.
I
But you're
find more
right.
they're more theme albums
Yeah,
than concept.
yeah, that's a good point. Yeah,
Like
I mean,
School's Out is not a concept, but it's all about school, you know?
yeah, yeah,
I
and
think.
then yeah, that makes sense. They can be standalone, but they
Like
fit.
Welcome to My Nightmare is definitely concept.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
School's Out was more about the theme I find there of school.
sure, makes sense. And I mean, I like that. I have instrumental albums that I feel like they're concept
Mhm.
albums. It's like, how the hell is that possible? But in my head, it is. Like, yeah, because everything's in A. I don't know. So that's the concept.
There you go.
Yeah. No, but it's interesting though. I think um, you also have to think it's not just that the people who are listening to it at that time, but what the artist was going through, like,
Yeah.
and like what made him go, all right, we got to go with this new direction. And he was working with a producer, Bob Marlette, who played a number of the instruments too at times, and he he didn't just do new metal stuff, but he did do some of it, and he did like Marilyn Manson
hmm
and things, and so it kind of makes sense that he was picking key players in the whole thing
Yeah.
to create this sound. And uh, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what the the thought process of why they did it that way, but yeah,
Maybe it was like what was in at the time. Like he's done
yeah,
it many times. So
true, true
again, to
enough.
me,
Yeah,
these two albums, for some reason, are the one that stick out
yeah,
to
yeah,
me.
yeah.
But let us know in the comments: are these the two albums that you find are the ones that stick out? To me, this would be the dark horse duo
Mm.
of Alice, but he's had
Yeah.
many.
Yeah, well, remember when you first brought this idea up? That's why I was like, which albums? Because it could have been a lot of like
Yeah,
his whole career is.
yeah, you're right. You're right about the sister thing. He always did
Yeah.
two
Well,
of the.
even if you did, what was it? Pretty's for You and Easy Action
Yeah,
would
though
be,
you're right about that.
you know,
Also, so there you
that's
go.
like their first album. Because off to a good start.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
there's our little discussion regarding. So I'm going to show the albums one last time here. Brutal Planet from 2000 and Dragontown from 2002.
Next, we'll do Frank Zappa.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Well, actually, what's coming next is for this series, we're going to be doing Motley Crue self-titled and Generation Swine.
Oh, yeah.
We will be doing Judas Priest, Jugulator, and Demolition.
Okay.
There's different guests every episode. There's also going to be Iron Maiden, The X Factor, and Virtual 11. And the last one would be Saxon, Crusader, and Innocence is No Excuse. Those are the 4 ones coming to a screen to your YouTube near you.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you want to add here? Anything you want to plug before we?
Well, I got a new video. It's called The Day Beneath Yesterday. It's on my channel.
I'm going to put the link below. I'm going to put the link below here.
And the guitar that I was throwing in the water and in the air and all that on the rocks is in better shape now than it was. So don't worry. I don't know how, but I was trying so hard to break it and I couldn't. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'll send me the link there just to make sure there. But I'm going to put that in the description below there.
Cool. Yeah.
So check out Darren's channel, and he's got you post a video or a new song there almost every 2-3 months.
I tried. Yeah, try to do something like that. Yeah.
All right. Well, go check it out. And thank you for doing this, my friend. So let us know in the comments what your thoughts are regarding Brutal Planet and Dragontown. And if you've got suggestions also of Dark Horse duos, let us know in the comments, and maybe I'll take it up. If I own it, of course.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, my friend, for doing this. Again, go check out Darren's new video and song here. And on that note, have yourselves a great whatever, and we shall see you guys next episode. Take care. Bye-bye.